He's 58. But you wouldn't believe it by looking at his skin, his muscles, or the way he moves. While most people slow down after 50, Lenny Kravitz seems to be speeding up. His energy, electric. His body, stronger than most guys in their 30s. And that glow. It's not magic, but it sure feels like it. Amen. For over 15 years I've worked alongside doctors and nutritionists right here in California, helping thousands of older adults reclaim their vitality, without pills, surgeries, or chasing miracle products. And today I want to share something truly surprising. Because what makes Lenny look and feel decades younger isn't what you think. It's not just gym time or some fancy cream. In fact, the biggest secret is something anyone can do, even from the comfort of their own home. Most people overlook it, but not Lenny. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll walk away with 3 simple habits that can help you feel more alive each morning. And yes, maybe even look in the mirror and smile a little more. If you've ever wondered, is it too late to turn back the clock? Hit that follow button now. And leave a comment. I'd love to hear your story too. 1. Sleep with your natural body clock. You know what really surprised me? Lenny Kravitz doesn't just look youthful. He lives in a way that keeps him young. And one of the simplest things he does is something we all used to do before life got so noisy. He sleeps with the sun. I read that he wakes up with the sunrise and goes to bed when the sky turns dark. Literally. No phones, no TV, no scrolling through headlines or weather reports before bed. Just peace, quiet, nature. He lives out in the countryside surrounded by trees, where the nights are actually dark and the mornings are filled with soft light and birdsong. That's his rhythm. And it's no accident. He chooses it every single day. Think about that for a moment. Back when we were younger, most of us didn't have screens glowing in our faces all night. We had a routine. Maybe a warm drink. Maybe a few pages of a book. Maybe just silence. And when it got dark, we slept. Not because it was on our calendar, but because our body told us it was time. That's what Lenny does. And it's a big reason why his body and skin still seem to be in their prime. You see, as we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to light, especially the artificial kind. The glow from your phone, your tablet, your TV. It tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. That light blocks the release of melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to rest, repair, and heal. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. When your body doesn't get good sleep, it doesn't just leave you feeling groggy. It also triggers inflammation. And over time, that inflammation breaks down collagen, the protein that keeps your skin firm, smooth, and vibrant. So, poor sleep doesn't just make you tired. It ages you. But when you sleep in sync with your natural body clock, when you turn off the lights, let your room go dark, and let your brain wind down, your body kicks into its most powerful healing mode. It repairs damaged cells. It boosts your immune system. And yes, it starts producing more natural collagen. That's why you may have heard the term beauty sleep. Because it's real. But it's not just about beauty. It's about feeling good in your body. Waking up without aches. Feeling clear, not cloudy. Being able to laugh without that afternoon crash. Now, I know this might sound simple, maybe even too simple. But it's one of those things that works best because it's simple. I remember working with a client named Ruth. She was 72 and she told me, I fall asleep with the TV on because the silence feels too empty. I gently encouraged her to try a week without screens at night. Just 7 days. Instead of TV, she played soft music. She dimmed the lights. She even lit a candle. And guess what? By the 3rd night, she told me, I don't feel alone, I feel calm. That calm is something Lenny lives by. And it's not just for rock stars. It's for all of us. I want to ask you something just between us. When was the last time you turned everything off before bed and just sat with the quiet? No background noise. No bright lights. Just let yourself be. I'm not here to judge. We've all fallen into habits that help us get through the night. But maybe it's time to trade some of those habits for healing. So here's something you can try tonight. Turn off all screens at least 30 minutes before bed. Dim the lights. Take a few deep breaths. Let your body feel the dark. Let your thoughts slow down. If you can crack a window and let in some cool air, maybe light a lavender candle, or just rest your eyes in the stillness. First it might feel strange, but give it a few nights. You might be surprised by how deeply you sleep, and how much better you feel in the morning. And if you've already tried this, I want to hear from you. Have you ever just turned off all the lights, put away your phone, and let yourself ease into sleep naturally? If so, type the word calm in the comments below, because your story might be the one that inspires someone else to give it a try. The truth is, we all have the power to reconnect with that peaceful rhythm our bodies crave. Doesn't take money, doesn't take products, just a little intention, little care, and who knows? Maybe one simple shift in your nighttime routine could help you feel years younger, not just in your skin, but in your spirit. Because youth isn't just about how you look. It's about how you feel when you wake up each day. And it starts the night before. Are you ready to try? To eat like a farmer, not a celebrity. You might think someone like Lenny Kravitz, with his fame and lifestyle, probably eats expensive, fancy meals, private chefs, exotic ingredients, tiny portions on big plates. Right? No. Truth is, Lenny eats like your grandfather did. No red meat, no dairy, no sugar, just real food, grown from the earth. He lives in the Bahamas, grows his own vegetables, drinks fresh coconut water, and eats food that hasn't been touched by factories or machines. Shockingly simple. His meals look more like something you'd find on a farm table in the 1950s than in a Hollywood kitchen. And that simplicity, that's his secret weapon. Lenny has said that his health, his energy, his glowing skin, it's all rooted in what he puts into his body. He eats to live, not to entertain his cravings. And at 58, his body looks and moves like someone half his age. Now you might be thinking, that's nice for him. He's a celebrity. He probably has time and money I don't. But here's the thing. Eating like a farmer doesn't mean eating fancy. It means going back to basics. It means food that comes from the ground, not a box. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I worked with a gentleman named Frank. He was 69, used to love steaks, cream in his coffee, cookies every night. After a minor heart scare, his doctor gave him a long list of medications and a warning. But Frank wasn't ready to give up his independence, and he sure didn't want to feel sluggish for the rest of his life. So he made one change. He started eating like his dad used to. Oatmeal in the morning. Lots of leafy greens. Beans, lentils, squash, sweet potatoes. No sugar. No dairy. No heavy meats. After just 2 months, his energy shot up. His skin looked healthier. He told me, I don't even miss the sugar anymore. It's like my body forgot it ever needed it. That's the thing, our bodies want to heal. They want to feel light and energetic. But they can't do it when they're inflamed. And inflammation is a big deal. It's the root of so many things we associate with aging. Joint pain, brain fog, wrinkles, low energy, even memory problems. But food can fight that. In fact, the right foods can reverse a lot of that damage. So what does an anti-inflammatory diet actually look like? It's colorful. Leafy greens like kale and spinach. Bright berries full of antioxidants. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower. It's full of healthy fats. Think avocados, walnuts, and olive oil. It's rich in plant-based protein from beans, lentils, quinoa, and seeds. And it's full of water. Hydrating foods like cucumbers, melons, and yes, coconut water. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to go vegan overnight. You don't need to grow your own garden, though that's a bonus if you can. You just need to choose real food more often. Less packaging, more peeling. Less microwave, more chopping. If you're used to having meat every day, try going plant-based for just 1 or 2 meals. Try a lentil stew, a quinoa salad with roasted veggies, or a warm bowl of oatmeal topped with berries and nuts. You might be surprised at how full and satisfied you feel, without the heavy feeling afterward. And let's talk sugar for a second. We all know sugar is a problem, especially after 50. It inflames the body, speeds up skin aging, messes with our memory, and drains our energy. But the tricky part is, it's hidden everywhere. Not just in desserts, but in sauces, dressings, breads, even things labeled healthy. Cutting sugar doesn't mean never having a treat. It means being aware. It means reading labels. It means asking yourself, is this food helping my body, or hurting it? The same goes for dairy. As we age, many people develop sensitivities to dairy without even realizing it. It can cause bloating, fatigue, sinus issues, even joint pain. Some people feel 10 years younger just by switching to almond milk or cutting back on cheese. So if you've ever tried cutting out sugar or dairy, even just for a week, I want to hear about it. Share your story in the comments. Tell us how it felt. What was hard? What surprised you? Because chances are someone else is trying to make that same change right now, and your words could help them keep going. Look, I'm not here to say you need to live like Lenny Kravitz or move to the Bahamas. But I am saying this. What you eat is one of the most powerful tools you have to stay young. Not just in how you look, but in how you live. More energy, clearer thinking, better sleep, stronger immunity. All of that starts in the kitchen. So don't eat like a celebrity. Eat like your grandparents did. Like a farmer who worked with his hands, ate from the earth, and stayed strong well into old age. Simple, natural, honest. Your body will thank you for it every single day. 3. Move to live, not to bodybuild. When you hear the word exercise, what comes to mind? For a lot of people, especially after 60, it brings up images of sweaty gyms, intimidating machines, or intense fitness classes filled with 20-year-olds. And honestly, that can feel overwhelming, discouraging even. But here's something refreshing. Lenny Kravitz doesn't live in the gym. He's not pumping iron for hours every day. He doesn't treat movement like a chore. He treats it like life. He moves because he enjoys it. He gardens. He walks. He dances. He plays music. His body stays strong not because he follows a strict workout plan, but because he's active in joyful, natural ways. His movement is woven into the rhythm of his day. And that's the key. You don't need to lift heavy weights or run marathons to stay fit and feel good. In fact, the kind of movement that helps most people age gracefully isn't the kind that breaks a sweat. It's the kind that brings a smile. Let me tell you about my neighbor, Mary. She's 75, lives alone, and she's always outside. Not doing anything extreme, just tending to her garden, sweeping her porch, walking to the local library. She told me once, "I've never set foot in a gym, but I never sit for too long. That's my secret." And you know what? She has better posture and more energy than people half her age. The truth is, as we get older, it's not about how intense your workout is. It's about how often you move and how you feel when you're doing it. Movement keeps your blood flowing, keeps your joints lubricated. It helps your bones stay strong, your muscles stay toned, and your skin stay radiant. But it only works if you actually want to do it. And that's where joy comes in. You don't have to call it exercise. Call it what it really is, living. Dancing in your kitchen counts. Playing catch with your grandkids counts. Walking your dog, stretching while watching TV, sweeping your driveway, pulling weeds in the backyard. It all counts. Even small movements throughout the day can have a big impact. Studies show that gentle, consistent activity, like walking for 20 to 30 minutes a day, can reduce your risk of heart disease, lower inflammation, and boost your mood more than any pill on the market. And here's something else that matters, your bones. After 50, we start losing bone mass. But the best way to fight that isn't with supplements alone. It's by moving. Your bones stay strong when you give them reasons to stay strong. Walking, gardening, dancing, gentle yoga. These all create just enough stress on your bones to keep them healthy. Same goes for your skin. You want that healthy pink glow. You want your face to look alive, not dull. Movement increases circulation. It delivers oxygen to your skin. Clears out toxins. That's the real anti-aging routine nobody talks about. Let's get personal for a second. What kind of movement lights you up? Do you feel good after a long walk around the neighborhood? Does music make your feet move before your mind even realizes it? Have you ever noticed how peaceful your mind feels after pulling weeds or pruning flowers? There's no wrong answer. What matters is doing it, and doing it often. You don't need a gym membership or a fancy fitness plan. You just need to reconnect with the kind of movement that fits your life. The kind that makes you feel grounded, alive, and proud of yourself. So here's my challenge to you. For the next week, find one thing each day that gets you moving and brings you joy. Maybe it's 5 minutes of stretching in the morning. Maybe it's dancing to your favorite oldies while cooking. Maybe it's walking a little farther than usual at the grocery store. Whatever it is, do it with love. Do it for you. And then share it. Tell us in the comments what kind of movement brings you the most joy. Is it walking, gardening, dancing in your living room? Share your favorite activity because your answer might inspire someone else to get moving too. Look, aging is natural. Slowing down is expected. But stopping altogether, that's what truly ages you. So don't move to lose weight. Don't move to impress anyone. Don't move because someone told you to. Move because life is better when your body feels free. Move because your bones, your heart, your skin, and your spirit will thank you. Move because you're alive. Move to live, not to bodybuild. You see, Lenny Kravitz doesn't look youthful just because he's a celebrity. He looks that way because he listens to his body and lives in tune with it. Let's take a moment to remember the 3 simple but powerful things we've learned today. Sleep with your natural body clock. Clean, simple, whole foods. Move in ways that bring you joy. These aren't big, fancy changes. But done every day, they can completely shift how you age, how you feel, how you look, and how much energy you wake up with each morning. Here's what I want you to remember. Age is just a number. But your energy, your glow, your joy for life, those are choices you can make daily. You're never too old to start again. Never too late to feel better than you did yesterday. If this video spoke to you, please share it with someone you love. You never know, it might be exactly what they need to hear. I'll see you in the next video. Hit that follow button and let's keep living young, living well, and doing it the most natural way possible.